Hello everyone, welcome to our chapter Plant Kingdom. Plant Kingdom comprises the photosynthetic, eukaryotic, multicellular plants. Green, brown and red algae constitute the simplest and the lowermost level of plants. And this is followed by bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and the angiosperms. Mainly the plant kingdom is divided into two types. Okay, cryptogamy and phanerogamy. And again this cryptogamy have divisions and phanerogamy having divisions. In previous class we discussed what is Thallophyta. The group cryptogamy contain a group that is Thallophyta. Thallophyta consists of algae and we discussed the type of algae Chlorophyceae. So this Thallophyta are mainly three types: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and the Rhodophyceae. We discussed that what is Chlorophyceae. Here we are discussing what is Phaeophyceae. So Phaeophyceae it is otherwise known as brown algae. Why they are in brown color? The brown color results due to the presence of the pigment fucoxanthin. Here you can see the fucoxanthin. Fucoxanthin is there. This fucoxanthin masks the green color of chlorophyll A and C. Already the chlorophyll A and C is present in the Phaeophyceae, but the brown color of the fucoxanthin masks the green color of chlorophyll A and C. That's why the Phaeophyceae are seen in brown color. Most of the brown color algae are marine and few are freshwater. Okay, generally they are attached to the rocks with a discoid or branched hold fast. So algae having hold fast. This hold fast help the algae to attach to the rocks. Hold fast. Okay, here I am written hold fast. Then the thallus range from, thallus means the plant body. The thallus range from simple to complex and it is made up of parenchyma. In 9th standard you studied about parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So the plant body is made up of parenchyma. So the plant body shows hold fast and stalk like. Stalk means stem like portion, stipe and leaf like frond. Leaf like portion is known as frond. Okay, so the brown algae is brown in color because of the presence of the pigment fucoxanthin, and the plant body shows hold fast. This hold fast helps the plant to attach with the rocks. Then the plant body shows hold fast, stalk like, stipe and leaf like frond. The cell wall is differentiated into outer gelatinous layer. Okay, that gelatinous layer is known as algin. ALGIN. Cell wall is differentiated into outer layer and the inner layer. Outer layer made up of algin and the inner layer is made up of cellulose. Inner layer is made up of cellulose. Then the chromoplast. What is chromoplast? The colorful substances bearing plastids. Plastids is a cell organ. So the colorful substances bearing plastids are known as chromoplast. So what is chloroplast? Chloroplast contain only the color green, but here other than green color will be seen, that is known as chromoplast. Okay, and it is discoid in shape. Discoid in shape means disc shape, and it contains the pigment chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, carotene, xanthophyll and the fucoxanthin. Okay, and the storage of food, they store the food in the form of laminarin and mannitol. They store the food in the form of laminarin and mannitol. Okay. Brown algae reproduce by vegetative, asexual and the sexual methods. Fragmentation is the most common type of vegetative multiplication. Okay, all brown algae reproduces asexually by the spores, zoospores. Zoospores are pear-shaped and it have two unequal flagella. So the brown algae reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual method. And fragmentation is common in this organism. The brown algae reproduce asexually by the zoospores. Zoospores are pear-shaped. Okay, and it having two unequal flagellae. Zoospores are they have the ability to move with the help of the flagella. Sexual reproduction takes place by isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous. Okay, gametes are more or less similar to Zoospores gametes are more or less similar to the zoospores. In most of the algal forms, the fertilization is external. Fertilization is external means in water body, the process of the fusion of the gametes will takes place. Isogamous means same type of gametes. Anisogamous means the gametes are not same. Oogamous means male, motile, and the female, non-motile are joined. Example for this 505C group, that is sargassum, fucus, laminaria, and ectocarpus are the common examples of the brown algae. Okay, so this is about the 505CA. 505CA is known as brown algae. The brown algae because of the presence of the pigment fucus, and then in each group, chlorophyceae, 505CA, rhodophyceae, the pigment and the food reserve, the form of food and the cell wall, all these are very important. Okay, the storage food is laminarin and the mannitol. Reproduction, vegetative reproduction, the fragmentation is a common type. Asexual reproduction takes place by the zoospores. Zoospores are pear-shaped and it contain unequal flagella. Then the sexual reproduction takes place by the isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous method. Gametes are more or less similar to zoospores. And the example for this group is sargassum, fucus, laminaria, dictyota, ectocarpus. All these are the examples for this group. Clear? The next is rhodophyceae. Okay, rhodophyceae means red color algae, red algae. Red algae means it contains the pigment phycoerythrin. It contains the pigment phycoerythrin. Here the phycoerythrin masks the color of chlorophyll A and B. In 505CA there contain chlorophyll A and C, and here it contains chlorophyll A and B. So majority of the members are marine and distribution, but in some brackish and freshwater water forms also present. Okay, then mostly the red algae are found in the tropical seas and are filamentous forms. Tropical sea and are there filamentous forms, and they are parasitic, and these red algae groups are parasitic. Thallus of red algae. Thallus means the plant body. The thallus of red algae ranges from simple to complex. The cell wall of red algae is made up of outer pectic and inner cellulose layer. In case of 505CA, the outer it is made up of algin, and here the outer wall it is made up of pectin. Pectin, pectin. Then the photosynthetic pigments are chlorophyll A, phycoerythrin, chlorophyll B, all this present. The product of photosynthesis, that is Floridian starch. On the food is stored in the form of laminarin and mannitol. In the case of 505CA, but in case of rhodophyceae, the food stored in the form of Floridian starch. Floridian starch. All these terms are new to you, so please be careful with all the terms. So one or two terms you just write down the spellings. Okay. So the food product of photosynthesis is Floridian starch. This Floridian starch is same as that our glycogen. Okay. Many of the algal form having extra cellular deposition of calcium carbonates on their walls. Many of the algal forms have an extra cellular deposition of calcium carbonate on their walls. Okay. Reproduction takes place by vegetative, asexual, sexual methods. The vegetative reproduction is carried out by fragmentation, and the non-motile spores are the means of asexual reproduction. On the 505CA, the zoospores are motile, but here the asexual reproduction takes place by the non-motile spores. Sexual reproduction is common. The sexual type of reproduction is oogamous. Okay. That's about rhodophyceae. Example for this group is Gracilaria, Polysiphonia and Gelidium. Gracilaria, Polysiphonia and Gelidium. So the main point is rhodophyceae, red algae. Why it is red algae? Because of the presence of the pigment phycoerythrin. So the phycoerythrin masks chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, and the outer wall is made up of pectin and layer made up of cellulose, and it contains the food in the form of Floridian starch. Okay, and the organism which belong in this group are Gracilaria, Gelidium, then Polysiphonia. Okay, then next we are discussing the main or the salient features of these three algae. That means the comparison between these three algae that we are discussing here. The comparison between the three algae. So first of all, habitat. Habitat means where they are living. So first, Rhodophyceae. Okay, Rhodophyceae, few mostly marine, few are freshwater. Then the Phaeophyceae, freshwater and mostly marine, and Chlorophyceae, freshwater and marine or terrestrial. Thallus, in case of Rhodophyceae, unicellular or filamentous. Phaeophyceae, filamentous and branched. Then Chlorophyceae, unicellular. We discuss all this point, just I am reading in a table form. Okay. Then Rhodophyceae, the cell wall is made up of outer pectic and the inner layer cellulose. In case of Phaeophyceae, outer mucilaginous layer of algin and inner cellulose. In Chlorophyceae, cell wall is made up of cellulose and the pectic. Then the important material, that is reserve food material. In Rhodophyceae, the reserve food material is Floridian starch. In Phaeophyceae, the reserve food material is laminarin and mannitol. And in case of Chlorophyceae, that is starch. Okay, and we discussed the pigment. In Rhodophyceae, the pigment phycoerythrin, that is very important. Phaeophyceae, fucoxanthin. And in case of Chlorophyceae, that is chlorophyll A and B. Okay, next we are discussing the economical importance of algae. When I am taking the algae, I gave a general description about what is the economic importance of algae. The economic importance of algae are, some algae are edible. So example for that edible algae is Laminaria and the Sargassum. Laminaria and Sargassums are the edible algae. Then the agar extracted from the red algae, Gelidium and the Gracilaria are used in microbial culture and in also for the production of the ice creams and jellies. The agar which obtained from the red algae, the name of the red algae is Gelidium and the Gracilaria, are used in microbial culture and also in the products like ice creams and jellies. And another one is chlorella. Space travelers carries the algae chlorella and it is very edible and it is also nutritious. Okay, some type of antibiotics are extracted from this chlorella. So we discussed chlorella is an edible. Space travelers carrying this chlorella as their food. Then the antibiotics is extracted from the chlorella. Then we discussed agar. Agar is a type of obtained from the red algae, Gelidium and the Gracilaria, and it is used for the production of ice creams and jelly. Then the common edible algae, that are Laminaria and the Sargassum. Then all these algae are photosynthetic, so they play a great role in photosynthesis and the production of oxygen. Then the next is the phycocolloids, means hydrocolloid substance, means algin. Algin and carrageen are commercial importance material. All these commercial importance materials is obtained from this red algae. The commercial important material, that is algin and carrageen. Algin and carrageen. Okay, so these are the economic importance of algae. Hope you will clear all the points about algae. Okay.